can see all these little places where the rabbits have been hanging out in the snow. It's kind of in these thickets, and you get all these little pellets. So they only poop one pellet at a time, cottontails. This means they spend a lot of time here. And then you look around and you find all these fresh nibbled off pieces cut at like a 45-degree angle because they have sharp incisors. So they're hanging out in here, nibbling on all this stuff. All this multiflora rose, chewing it up. There's more places where the rabbits have been in these thickets, and they'll hang out and eat and poop. And it's neat to see it in the snow. It's really obvious, and then you learn where to find them when there's no snow. You start to learn what they like, how they like the cover, places they like to eat, and what they like to eat. Here we have this hole in the snow, and I'll try to get something in there for scale, my hand. So there's this hole. There's little footprints. There's one there, and there's one there. You can see toes on them a little bit. Oh yeah, look at that one. And there's a bounding pattern, either leaving or exiting this hole. So this is a sign of spring. I just started seeing these animals pop out again the other day. They tend to hibernate a little bit in the winter when it's really cold. They'll hang out in their underground dens. And this is a chipmunk. So there's a chipmunk den under the earth here. And I haven't looked around too much. There's usually more than one entrance and exit to their underground burrows. And here I just wanted to show a little example of track aging and how much it can change in the snow from day to day. So these two sets of tracks are about 24 hours apart. This was yesterday morning, this is this morning. And it compressed. When you step on the snow, it compresses the snow down, and then it starts to melt a little bit from that compression, and then it will freeze again if the temperatures are low. And that's what happened here. So this turned into ice. It's like frozen, these tracks are. And then here's a fresh one I just made next to it. So it's just still powdery and fresh. And as the sun hits this and starts to melt, it's gonna make this track look bigger because these walls are gonna melt away, and it's gonna distort things a little bit. So sometimes you get tracks like a house cat track and it looks huge, like it's gotta be a bobcat, but it's, you know, just from the melting. Speaking of cats, yes, there is house cat tracks. Our house cat and a lot of animals like to walk in the tracks of other animals. It's just easier when the snow is really thick, when it's several inches deep. Animals like to move with efficiency, and that often means walking in other animals' footprints. So you get to see that here. And yesterday, I posted a picture. A coyote had walked in my own tracks after I'd been out tracking a coyote. Two coyotes walked through really close to where I was, and they were walking in my tracks a little bit. And once we've learned to master the identification of tracks and signs, of just basic animal tracks and signs and people tracks, there's this whole other world of tracking that's open to us, and it's referred to as pressure releases. And I love doing this in the snow. So I'll do stuff like this where we'll leave one footprint and we'll exit. You know, we're just walking along, or we're changing directions, or we're increasing or decreasing speed, and we'll kind of obliterate the other tracks around it. And we'll say, okay, find the next track. Which direction is it? You know, or how far away is it? And all you have to go on is this one footprint. So you have to really examine it well. So you can see here where the foot came in, this little drag as the foot's entering and stepping into the snow. And then what are the indicators? So we look at which is the deepest part of the track. Like over here, this back left heel part's deeper. You have some depth in the ball of the foot. So we're looking at the floor of the track and the walls of the track. This part up here in the ball is a little deeper. You have some pressure against the wall right here that's pushing this snow up, and some of it's caving in. You have a little bit of pressure against the back right here by the heel. And then over here, there's a little bit there. And there's something going on up here too. You can see here where it's curving, the snow's been pushed up and it's curving out that way. And then you have this kind of what I call a debris field. All these little pieces of snow debris that's dropped here. So where would the next track be from here? So I left this, but I stepped in this way and I exited and went to the left that way. So how does this track tell us that this person went that direction? That's what we're looking at. So this pressure here means the push off. This lower point in the track means I put the weight was transferred there, and it kicked that up as an exit and left that debris field on the exit. So the cool thing is you can really get good at this. And this is just the tip of the iceberg. But looking at the floor of the track, the walls of the track will tell you a lot about where the person or animal went, which direction they're going, how fast they're going, or how much they're pushing off. There's a lot of cool things. It really opens up a whole new world of tracking that is super fun.